Hey folks, welcome back to Cybrosys Technologies. So today we are going to discuss about the different views that you guys can see inside the planning module. As we all know, in Odoo we have different modules, and each of the module we have different views also. So these views are basically helps us to understand everything at the first sight, right? So let's head over to the planning module and let's see what are the views is actually waiting for us. So head over to the planning module. Yeah, once we enter to the dashboard here, you can see that Odoo has defaultly added a view which is called Gantt view. So you guys can see that. Right, so talking about the Gantt view, this is the primary and most important view you guys can see. So what are the information this view is actually giving us? Right here, we have a new button which we can create a new shift using this button. So let's click on here we have a wizard. You guys can fill this wizard and you can add a new shift. And here we have another button which is called publish and send the schedules. So this is actually used to publish and send the particular shift to the corresponding employees very easily. And next is the drop down arrow. While clicking here you can see two configured options. First one is copy the previous week and second one is auto plan. We all know what you mean by auto plan. We have already discussed in the previous video what is the auto plan feature and why it is used inside the planning module also. So check the video and let me explain in simple way. This is actually used to automatically plan open shift and sale orders. And here we have two arrows. First one is previous one and next is like moving to the next. And we can easily specify the days, week, month, quarter, year very easily using these options. And yeah, next we have today. So if we need to focus on today's plan, we can easily click on this button. And next thing is activate the sparse mode. Next one is basically open shift. Open shift are an assigned shift. So the admin can manually assign this particular shift to the corresponding employees by drag and drop option. And they can use another method, which is that it's auto plan feature. So by hitting the auto plan feature, they can automatically plan this particular shift to the corresponding employees by Odoo. So here we have the employees information like the employee's name and the roles. And while looking at these shifts, you can see some kind of color codes. Some of the codes are like in the bright and some have horizontal lines. And some of have like expanding. Yeah, so we have already done the detailed video about what is this color code and this kind of sheet are mentioning to us. So you guys can check that. And what is finally we can understand about the Gantt view. Yeah, it's ideal for shift planning, long-term scheduling and seeing the workload distribution very easily. And we are moving to the next view which is called calendar view. So it is basically similar to the Gantt view. You guys can understand that. But it is focused more on time slot per day. You can see that, right? So I think one more thing you guys have noticed it. Like in the Gantt view, you can see what? A weekly report. So in the calendar view, what we can see? It's a monthly overview. You can see that. So it's specified like in month way, but in Gantt view, it's specified in a week way. And here we have the same option which we can see inside the Gantt view like the publish, auto plan. And here we have the two arrows like previous and next and specifying the month, days, week, everything. And also we can focus on today basis. Looking at this calendar, by clicking on a particular date, we can do what? Yeah, we can create a new shift very easily. And also we can move or drag and drop this particular shift very easily to the next date or days very easily. And by clicking on a particular shift, we can see what the informations regarding the shift like the plan date, the role. If we need to edit this, we can also do that very easily. And here we have the monthly overview, resource, roles, and lastly legend. So what we can understand about the calendar view? It's useful for detailed time planning, appointments, and short-term scheduling as well as. And moving to the next view, which is list view. So the list view is a tabular view of the planning records. You can see that the tabular kind view is here. And we can check the shift very easily. And also we can see what the plan date, resource, roles. So it's defined the roles your resource performs. And here we have the project. And if this particular shift belongs to any sales order, you can also see that. And by checking these shifts, we can do what? Yeah, we can publish and send this, print this, and here we have another actions like export, insert in spreadsheet, duplicate, delete, publish and send, and also reset to draft. And here we have a new button which we can easily create a new shift. And yeah, let's move on to the next view, which is a Kanban view. So the Kanban view is basically giving us a card-typed view. In the card-typed view, what we can see? We can see the detailed information about the particular shift, like plan, date, and the shift, and which is more importantly is status. We can easily see the status of this particular shift very easily. So some of are like published stage and some of are like in draft stage also. And you can see the employees information as well as. And why this is actually useful, we can say it is efficient for data entry, bulk update and reporting also. So let's move on to the next view, which is called pivot view. So the pivot view is actually what? It's analytic view for the data. It's analytic view for the data aggregation. Like we have the features like grouping, summing hours and comparing workload across employees or project also. So you can see here the measures. Here we have the allocated time, allocated time and percentage, effective time, progress, everything. So we can easily check the measures and we can see it's appeared here also. We can insert this into a spreadsheet, flip the axis, expand all, and lastly download to XLS format also. So this is basically useful for managing of the report, workload analysis, and for shift totals also. And let's move on to the graphic view. So here in the graph view, what we can see, it's a graphical representation about the shift. We can see that. So here we can see what? The bar chart, line chart, and also the pie chart. Let me show you. We can see the pie chart also. So this is showing the total planned hours per employees, department or roles. So you can see that. So this is very useful for whom? Yeah, for the manager of a company and also the HR. So they can easily, see the visual report about the levels, everything. So these are about the views. And let's move back to the Gantt view. And let me show you one more things. And let me say you one more thing like what is the purpose? Simple purpose. You can easily understand the Gantt view is actually useful for what? Timeline planning. Understand? This is for timeline planning. And calendar view is for time slot planning. List view or tabular view, we can see this for what? A tabular data view. Here we have the Kanban view for card-based workflow. Importantly, we can see what? The status. So here we have the pivot view. It's for what? Aggregated data analysis. And lastly, we have the graph view for visual chart representation. So here all about the different views that you guys can see inside the planning module. And I hope you all guys understand this video. If you like this video, do subscribe, share with your friends, and have a nice day. Thank you.